8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, occasionally with cats. I'm your host this evening, Stephanie Katz. With me tonight is Zach.
Hello.
Peter.
Hi.
And Tom.
Hi-oh.
Are you good over there, buddy? He's not good. It's fine. Everything's fine. So we're starting off tonight with a brand new segment called Clowder Club. A Clowder is a group of cats, and then I was thinking it's kind of like a book club. Since every week we do discuss a certain show and do a chunk of episodes. So that's our first new segment, Clowder Club. We watched What If episodes 2 through 4. Which basically got us T'Challa as Star-Lord. What if Hank Pym became a serial killer and murdered all the Avengers? And evil Doctor Strange.
That's what if we lost the Earth's mightiest heroes?
Yeah.
But
It was Hank Pym as a serial
But
killer.
Realistically, it should have been what if Hope Van Dyne was a SHIELD agent and died.
Well, let's start off with episode 2, which
we'll do it in one order.
was T'Challa as Star-Lord.
Hi, kitty.
There's a cat.
So it was Chadwick Boseman's last performance.
Was it his last performance ever, or just his last performance for the MCU?
I think at this point it would be last ever, right?
Well, yeah, but when did he record it? That's the question.
Or last release performance.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was a movie.
Yeah, because he was working on a movie, I thought.
Yeah,
But anyway.
and that already came out, and then the Marvel thing just aired.
Well, there we go.
So
last release performance from Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, excuse me.
Who I thought he did a fantastic job.
He
absolutely.
did. I really loved his portrayal of Star-Lord, and I loved the relationship that him and Yondu had. I think it breathed a lot of fresh air into the whole Star-Lord storyline.
Mythos,
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting because, obviously he was already being raised and groomed to be king of Wakanda.
Yeah.
So he's already a pretty established and decent person who just wanted to explore a little bit, and then, gets lied to later in time, so he continues to explore. But the only sad part about this episode, because I loved this episode. I thought it did a great job with it. I thought it was a great what if. It was really, it changed it completely, but still had all the same beats. But it's also it really proves how much of a piece of shit Peter Quill is.
Not really.
Yeah, kinda.
Not so much that he's like a piece of shit, but he's just he's no T'Challa.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's compared to T'Challa.
Compared to T'Challa, most people are a piece of shit.
Well, that's true. He's a really nice guy. But,
Yeah.
So Peter Quill, compared to Thor, he's a little puny weakling with a high squeaky voice. Compared to T'Challa, he's a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. He's an absolute scumbag.
Just a scumbag.
Yeah. Compared to most people, probably better than average.
Actually, I wouldn't.
Go that
I wouldn't
far?
put Star-Lord as better than average. He's definitely below the median as far as it. Well, I guess above the median as far as his level of scumbagginess.
Right. Yeah.
My favorite part was when Thanos becomes the Ravager, and they're having a conversation. He's like, "Yeah, man, I had this whole idea, and he was trying to tell me that it's genocide, and I don't think it is." And every time he tells the stories, they're like, "No, man, that's definitely genocide."
That sounds like genocide with extra steps.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's random. So
Yeah, that was the last one with one of the...
I didn't actually want to kill them. I don't pick the people. There's not a reason I'm doing it. It's random. It's cool. That's why it's not genocide. You're like, it's
still pretty genocidal.
Still pretty genocidal. I don't know.
One of our people on Discord, Weird Demo, pointed out that Peter Quill is just a child in a man's body.
Pretty much. He gets raised by fucking Yondu.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the funny part is, T'Challa basically ends up raising Yondu on that. He goes, we could not be huge pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And Peter Quill's like, well, I don't know any better. Huge piece of shit? Huge piece of shit? Huge piece of shit? All right, cool.
Huge piece of shit.
All
Cool.
right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Taser face. I did like the taser face was back. That did make me happy.
nice.
And I really loved Nebula as a blonde.
Nebula with hair at all was just kind of
It took me a second to register it was even Nebula, honestly.
And it was still Karen Gillian doing the voice, right? Yeah.
Well, that's why. But that's what made it good is because Thanos wasn't quite as evil for quite as long, so I guess he didn't get to fuck up Nebula as much as he did in the real MCU.
I kind of got the implication that she was still pretty fucked up, though.
Oh no, I believe
Yeah.
no. She was still pretty messed up, but there was definitely some modifications that had not been done because they had stopped that.
Yeah.
So she didn't get to she didn't get to fail as many missions, I guess.
Right.
So she didn't get to have a piece replaced of her every time. So there was still some of the original Nebula left in there, I think.
Yeah.
Some of it, not a lot, but some.
I also like that we got a little snippet of Howard the Duck.
Oh yeah.
It was still Seth Green doing the voice too, which is
I
good
believe
on
so.
that one. That was a solid choice on that one too, just in the original casting on that one. Also, I don't think we need really that much more Howard the Duck. This is probably the most I'd ever want in one sitting.
Yeah.
That's from this episode. We don't need another
We
movie.
don't need a lot of focus
Don't-
on Howard. Yeah.
Nobody give George Lucas any ideas.
Oh my god.
You already put it out in the
He
ethos.
would
It's too
reboot
late.
that. He would
You've
reboot
given
that shit.
that
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
now.
You
Watch out,
released
Disney.
it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth. That's a monkey's paw right there. That is what that is.
Weird Tempo wants to know if you're sure.
Pretty confident.
Pretty confident.
Yeah.
I don't need that. No.
And then so episode 3, like I said, it may have been called "What if the Midas Adventures got murdered," but it really is "What if
we've lost
Hank
the
Pym
Mightiest
becomes."
Avengers?
Mightiest Heroes, not Mightiest Avengers.
What did I say?
Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, you said Mightiest
Did I say
Avengers.
Avengers?
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm like, I don't.
Still.
It might
Still
have been
counts.
me. I don't know. Anyway, Hank Pym is a serial killer, y'all.
Dude went nuts.
He does. Lost his daughter and just immediately lost his shit.
I guess he turned into the Hornet? Yellow Jacket. Yellow
Which
Jacket.
is what Hank usually turns into when he goes crazy.
Well, yeah, he does a good job going crazy.
Yeah.
He looked
Hank Pym had a
real
psychotic
crazy in
break
this
again.
one.
Guess he's Yellow Jacket again. Fuck.
Hooray!
The exploding of the Hulk was gross.
Which is really funny looking.
That was
actually.
intense. That was some of the animation in a couple of these episodes have been a little weird. I know like they're trying to emulate like a comic book style, but bring it to a motion animation.
Yeah.
But some of it like it does look a little off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't think
That part to me definitely looked a little bit off. It looked like someone trying to stretch out a Hulk model in Gmod or something. It just didn't look right to me.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, it was.
Right, like-
Yeah.
That's special edition Stretch Armstrong. That's Stretch Hulk Strong.
Right.
Hulk Strong.
And then, so because all of the Avengers get murdered, Loki comes to Earth and he's like, I'm gonna take over now.
Pretty
And
casually.
he
Well,
does.
the best part is that Fury's like, yeah, come help us first. And he goes, okay, so now I'm well aware that I am more powerful than anybody on this planet. So I'm in charge? Everybody's cool? I'm in charge? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, pretty much just everyone's like, okay.
Yeah, they're like,
Who's in charge?
I don't know, universal health care,
I am
no
a,
more wars.
I am a
Might not
little
be the worst
sad.
thing, actually.
He may not be wrong in his speech that, like, because it's the one he originally gave in the original Avengers,
Yeah.
that humans want to be subjugated. I'm like, I don't know how wrong he really is on that argument.
I am a little sad that shit. I just lost my whole train of thought, guys.
You said that shit?
We were talking about Loki taking over the world.
Oh,
There it
a
is.
little sorry. That the episodes like they're not one succinct storyline because like I want to see Captain Marvel actually do something.
Well, we also don't technically know. I guess it has to be Steve because he's in an iceberg. It's like, we just saw a shield. We don't know if it's Steve. It's
Yeah,
not Carter, but it doesn't necessarily
yeah.
mean it's Steve.
That's what I'm saying. On that one, like, I think that's... So, it looks like they are showing different universes. I thought maybe that they were going to do... Just on this first one, this is the first
Yeah.
of the
I mean, that's how
branches
the
that they're going to
What If
show.
one's always worked.
Yeah, but it seems like we're getting a couple of different branches on this one because yeah, it does. That did seem like that was original Frozen in Ice Steve Rogers Captain
Yeah.
America and not Frozen in a weird alternate dimension.
Yeah, it's
time
definitely
bubble.
not Carter.
It's not Carter,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
but because it is, and it's also the Captain America shield, not a Captain Britain.
Yeah, but
shield.
they could always just be like, oh, this time it's James Barnes. But yeah, we're likely not going to see any difference there.
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be Bucky,
Because he is a super soldier at that point.
and he didn't get his arm ripped off,
Nope.
so he's not going to be the Winter Soldier.
I mean,
guess.
it still could be Steve because isn't how he got out of the ice is that Iron Man went down and unfroze him?
no.
No, that was just showing him setting up like a power network in the Avengers. Yeah. By that point, he was already out of the ice.
Oh,
Yeah.
funny. Okay.
Yeah, they show him getting found in the ice in the first Avenger. It was some random team.
It's a S.H.I.E.L.D. team, but
Yeah.
S.H.I.E.L.D. Team 6.
Shield Team 6.
But I mean, that's how
I bet you $1 that's in there. I'm sorry.
Probably. But that's how fucking the comics go with the what if stories. Very rarely are they continuous plots. They're usually just a new alternate universe.
I do want some more Captain Carter, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, aren't we supposed to be getting more in season 2?
Theoretically, but I do just want some more Captain Carter.
Yeah, it's pretty great. To be fair,
She was just wrecking some shop. No, I will say I did really enjoy the useful and inventive uses of Hank Pym's shrinking technology when applied to covert ops and murdering the shit out of some people. It's like, what happened to Clint? They think he had an aneurysm. No, Ant-Man just punched his fucking brain until he died. It was intense.
Yeah.
And then jumps out of the needle and punches, and he basically just punches Tony Stark in the face until in the neck artery until he dies. I don't know. It's pretty fucked up. And then enlarging the Hulk's heart until it explodes out of his body.
Yeah.
Gross.
I did feel real bad for Betty Ross in that. But he can't die. He just fucking did.
Right.
I don't think he's coming back from that.
Yeah, he turned into powder. It wasn't even gore. He like poofed. It was weird.
See, I was really thinking that I was not expecting Hank Pym at the end of it.
Yeah.
I was expecting like some sort of other kind of assassin. I was thinking like, I don't know who they'd bring in, but some actual assassin that had done some research and was just doing, like, I was hoping like, we got like some crazy gamma bullet that he just shot the Hulk with that then enlarged him even more, and his Hulk rage went out of control and he just exploded, because that'd be fantastic. No, it's just his heart got too big for his body, and he's super dead.
Super dead.
Also, I guess I know Thor didn't necessarily have his powers at that point in time because he wasn't grasping Mjolnir.
Yeah.
But does really one arrow from Clint Barton take out Thor? He still
if it's
seemed
shot in the right place.
But I'm just saying he was still pretty goddamn tough without his hammer at the beginning of the first Thor movie. He just couldn't control lightning and fly.
So he didn't have
but
any
he's
of his
not
like, durability.
invincible.
He seemed pretty durable when he was fighting all the dudes at S.H.I.E.L.D.
They never actually managed to hit him. Yeah. He gets knocked the fuck out when he gets hit with a car, though.
True. And normal Thor would not get knocked the fuck out when he got hit with a car. He'd just go, why is this horseless carriage hurting me? No. You bruised my leg.
Bruise it?
Bruise it.
Ah.
He didn't have any of his powers, but he still had decent physique and all of his skills. So it was like, he kind of
he can still fuck some dudes up, because he has been fighting wars for thousands of years.
Yeah, he's going to be a better fighter than pretty much anyone on Earth.
Pretty much everybody but Loki. I still think I got to give the edge to Loki.
As
far as fiery, I'm not saying pure brawler. I'm saying in a battle, I'd want Loki leading over Thor. As tactician.
Well, yeah, because Thor's just going to be hit it until it dies.
Well, but Loki's also Loki's great with some blades. I'm sorry, that man knows how to throw some knives. Oh, speaking of throwing knives, we should go back to that from the T'Challa Star-Lord episode when the Collector is just using all the stuff in his collection to try and fuck him up.
Yeah,
Well, when he pulls out the entire wall of all the Avengers weapons, you're like, oh, okay, that's not a lot of hope in this universe, is there? Ooh.
No, that world's screwed.
That world's real fucked. The only one that's still around is T'Challa. Okay.
And Star-Lord just met up with Ego, and I don't know if T'Challa's going to be able to stop that shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Earth is destroyed on that one.
Yeah.
But, no, I did love, like, he pulls out Hela's helmet, and he's like, she had some style. I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. Kate Blanchett looked good in that cat suit too.
But does the helmet actually give him her power? Like,
It's
how
just-
does that
it's
work?
just like
As
Mjolnir.
we've now learned, yes.
It's just
yes,
it's just like Thor's hammer. Whoever has the ability to wield the thing gives you your powers.
Thor's hammer stated specifically to
Yeah.
be to refine his powers, but hers, it was probably just a weapon.
She had other powers.
Yeah.
That was just a really sick ass weapon that the dwarves forged for her.
Exactly.
You can have as
Gotcha.
many necro knives. Which
Necro
did love that there was necro knives. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that's what. Oh, okay. This is actually dark energy that she's using into knives. Okay, cool, sick. But his, the whole collection, just all the random stuff that he had in there was fantastic.
Absolutely.
And then getting murdered by his own collection at the end was pretty good too.
Yeah, he kind of deserved it.
Well, and hey, it's Benicio del Toro. He deserves it for their The Last Jedi. he really phoned it in on that movie, I will say.
Yeah.
Really didn't feel like he wanted to be there at
No,
all.
he definitely didn't. He read the script and was like, "Oh shit."
They're gonna pay me how much? Okay, yeah, I'm fine.
I'll read the lines for that.
No,
Well, speaking of wizards,
wizards.
Space Wizards, huh?
episode 4 brought us Evil Doctor Strange. So basically, instead of him losing his hands, it's what if he lost his heart. So Christine dies, which sends him down this path of...
He really went down the rabbit hole on that one. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Sadness.
Wow. The Multiverse of Sadness. All right.
That's what it was.
Pretty much what that was. I can't.
Shadow agrees.
I was really getting like serious Doctor Who vibes when they're like, it's a fixed point in time. I'm like, that is a plot point. That is plot armor so that you have to make something shitty happen.
Yeah, this has to happen for you to do the thing that you do. I mean, it made sense, but why don't you just like, well, can we just sacrifice something else? Like, if you fuck up my hands, I'm sure I'll still do this.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm pretty sure you just fuck something up. Oh, so why don't you? I don't know. You find something.
So,
but,
he basically finds the library of the Forgotten Library of something. What was it?
Forgotten Library of something.
I can't think of it either. The Forgotten Library is what we're going with.
I mean, that's basically Lost Library, Forgotten Library. It basically
it was Lost Library, yeah.
Houses all the books of, like, the lost books, whatever.
All the books of magic ever.
Yes.
Pretty much everything, yeah.
And so we start studying because he's like, I'm going to, like, legit reverse time. And he does...
Is everybody okay in there?
Stream still working?
You didn't get shaken to bits up there?
No, it looks good. Just the cat was freaking the fuck out for no
I was
reason.
more concerned with just the people watching because they all just got shook.
Oh, man.
Just got shook. Anyway. So Doctor Strange sucks down some demon souls.
Yeah, that's how he...
he
draws the line.
For like hundreds of years?
Yeah, for hundreds of years, yeah. He probably eventually did eat the bug, yes.
Oh, yeah, he got evil enough to eat the bug at some point in time.
We just didn't see that.
Shadow is very upset about this episode.
He wants to eat some bugs.
I don't understand the Ancient One's plan in that episode, though, because it's like, oh, well, I'll split Doctor Strange in two so that the good one can fight the bad one, but the bad one did spend several hundred years eating a bunch of magical creatures to become more powerful, and the good one kind of knows some spells that I taught him.
But
I
don't think that was necessarily the plan. She was just trying to save some decent portion of Doctor Strange.
Right.
Maybe she thought that he wouldn't have to fight and he could basically, like, talk himself down.
Yeah, but if you're deranged for that many years, there's no talking you down. Like,
I didn't say you were wrong.
I was really hoping that she really did have an actual plan, and that like as soon as he absorbed the regular Stephen Strange, that all of a sudden he'd be like, don't be an asshole. Whoops, messed it up. Yeah. Okay, we're all good.
We're all good.
Cool. I should probably vomit up some of this demon energy. This is a little dangerous.
I feel real gross right now.
See,
and I didn't earlier.
let's assume that, like, when they had melded back together, he was like, oh. Like, can he undo that? Is that an undoable thing at that point?
And I think that's just him escaping to a pocket universe and go, I don't need to be involved in this shit.
Well, technically, if he had gone good again, he'd probably be the most powerful Sorcerer Supreme they'd ever had.
Oh, of all time.
Like, Thanos could just get deleted the moment he had.
Well, no, because he was still definitely the most powerful sorcerer that's ever lived, because he actually interacted with the Watcher.
Yeah.
And that's not supposed to be able to happen.
No.
Yeah. Why didn't you intervene? My job's not to intervene, man. You gonna break the universe.
Several people intervened. You kept not listening.
Also, I love that line from the Watcher, because I'm like, dude, all you ever do is intervene, bro. He's like, I am the Watcher. I must not intervene.
Well,
but unless I do this, I'm gonna change that real quick.
Kind of fuck with shit a lot.
All the
actually.
time, literally all the time gets involved.
I don't know how many times he saves you in like the video games too. And Ultimate Alliance is like, oh, Doom's about to murder the only chance this world has to survive.
Oh no, I might interfere.
Grab them real quick.
I didn't interfere. I swear. No. That was actually always supposed to happen.
Yeah, totally.
Fate means that I had to intervene there, actually.
Yeah.
If I hadn't intervened, that would have been intervening.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not very good at justifying it most of the time either.
He was
So
just like,
now
I just kind of want to.
So since he destroyed the universe and he's like in a weird little bubble thing, like how does that work?
He's there for eternity.
All time.
Yeah.
Because he also has enough.
Or pretty much as long as he wants the bubble to be around. It's being held by his magic.
I don't even know if it is at that point. I think it's
he's
really
stuck.
just a prison. I don't think he could even turn it off if he wanted to.
He took the whole universe, and now he's just sitting in it.
All right.
He's sitting in that bubble, waiting, because there's nothing else.
Yeah, I'd be real sad. I guess he's got more time to practice.
Practice what? The whole
Spells and
universe
shit,
is
I don't
gone.
know.
Yeah, he fucked up pretty hard.
Being
All the
sad.
timelines, everything.
He
all
could
the universes.
he
is gone.
could start over from scratch. Stephen
could
Strange
go.
becomes God.
Yeah, he could try and become God.
I mean,
he
can
seemed
see
deranged
lots
enough
of-
for it. I
I
don't
don't know how
know.
that
He
would
might
work
be
out,
able
though.
to hop into different multiverses.
Ooh, that'd be kind of interesting if he figures out a way to break through to another universe.
It would actually be kind of entertaining to see the main MCU Doctor Strange fight evil Doctor Strange,
Because
or Strange Supreme, I think is what they call him.
Yeah.
Strange Supreme.
Yeah.
I would like to see. Yeah, I guess what is it? What is the Marvel Cinematic Universe? It's 606.
I thought it was like 16 something.
I don't remember which.
The MCU.
The MCU. I don't remember which number it is in their universe because they got too many of them. But
I know they call
and they
it
keep
626,
destroying them and then
yeah.
bringing them back. I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's like, oh, it's gotten too convoluted. Let's wipe them all and start over. All right, we're gonna start out with 16 new universes. He's like, whoa, okay. You just got mad because there's too many of them, and now you're just gonna start. You write one, you write one, you write one, you write one. Yeah, we're cool. All right, none of them have to overlap. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, this is getting a little complicated again. Yeah, no shit, guys.
And y'all decided to bring this into the movies?
Yay!
I think they were running out of singular storyline ideas. So they're like, Kevin Feige doesn't have it on lock anymore, so we're just gonna pretend that this is the plan, and we're just gonna make up whatever stories we want. And if they're terrible, we go, that was from the bad universe. Yeah.
That's the other universe.
That's not the real one. That one doesn't count. We can retroactively change that doesn't count at all. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what else they could really do for a big threat, because they haven't established anything else well enough to do another big threat besides like Kang in the multiverse.
There's gonna be
stuff.
Kang. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nowhere.
Because you
else
can't
to
do
go.
like the Dark Avengers. We don't have a Norman Osborn running around yet.
I thought that
Not
was
yet.
what was
Not
about
yet.
to happen. with
No Way
Way
Home.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's the main universe or an alternate one. I mean, I would still love for Willem Dafoe to be the main MCU. Norman Osborn, that'd be great. Well, I'm pretty confident he's coming back. I just meant like because he's
No,
clearly
I think
an
he's
alternate
gonna.
universe
I
one.
think he's gonna come back and like stick around. I'm really.
That'd be great.
Really.
I would
hoping
really
for
love
it.
to see Willem Dafoe as Iron Patriot.
Oh god, that does happen in the comics, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's where the Iron Patriot comes from.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's already been an Iron Patriot now, so does that count?
Yeah, if he's doing a Dark Avengers thing.
Yeah.
We don't have Iron Man anymore. Our Captain America kind of murdered a dude.
We have a new Captain America.
Yeah, but it's been established in the universe that no one really likes Sam.
Yeah, he's kind of a.
I'm down. I like
He's a bit
Sam
of
as
a
Captain
pariah.
America. To be
Who-
clear, Sam's great, but
Who doesn't like Sam?
anyone who wanted a new Captain America, they specifically did not want Sam in the position.
Yeah.
They
even
wanted
though-
someone who would follow their orders.
Yeah, because Sam's like that's kind of some fucking
you're
bullshit.
Never.
Yeah, in
okay.
universe. Yeah.
Sorry, I
in
was.
the universe.
No,
I got
everybody
it.
loves him
Yeah,
as
out-
Captain America.
yeah, 'cause he's
outside
great.
viewers of the Marvel Cinematic Universe go, "Oh yeah, that's great."
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
exactly
Sam's
what
there.
everyone
Yeah,
wanted.
perfect.
Yeah.
And we still get Bucky as the Winter Soldier, and they still get to be dicks to each other. Perfect.
But yeah, in universe, no one really wanted Sam to be Captain America.
Even
Got
Rhodey.
it.
Rhodey's like,
I'm so
do you
sorry.
really want to do that? No.
Yeah.
I like totally zoned out at like when you started talking about who didn't like Sam, and then like my brain came back and I was like, "Who the fuck doesn't like Sam? I'll fucking
I
fight
think
you,
I even
bro!"
said like I really like Sam as Captain America.
She's like, I'm worried that other people don't though. What the fuck?
I'm sure there's some people in
Who
the world
doesn't
who
like
don't
Sam?
like
I don't
Sam
like
as
Sam.
Captain America, but they're not worth talking about.
There's probably other reasons they don't like Sam
Yeah.
as Captain America other than storyline reasons.
Exactly. But yeah, no, it would make sense if Norman was gonna be the new head of S.H.I.E.L.D. since S.H.I.E.L.D.'s fucked up too. They do kind of have a decent setup
Shield
for
is fucked up.
Hammer to come in.
And Nick Fury is definitely more occupied with Sword right now.
Yeah. Especially if they have it somehow be that Norman saves the...
Oh, that'd be great.
Wait, when
Yeah.
did Nick Fury become the head of Sword?
He's always been the head of Sword too.
Kind of, yeah. Sword was like a part of
It's Sword
S.H.I.E.L.D.
and Shield.
Yeah. Sword was
Sword's the
like the
offensive
space
portion.
shit. S.H.I.E.L.D. was the Earth defense stuff.
Yeah. And then at the end of the last Spider-Man Homecoming,
Yeah, we see him up in the
because
Sword
the
base.
Skrull are pretending to be him and
Yeah.
Maria Hill.
And the way that
He-
Norman gains power and makes Hammer is that he saves them from the Skrull invasion.
That's the thing.
He finds a way to identify the Skrulls that are like disguised as humans and starts murdering them.
Pretty sure he got some help from
Yeah, but he
Reed
takes all the
Richards too,
credit.
though.
Yeah, he takes all the credit. Though,
Oh,
so
he
can
definitely
be in
does.
charge, yeah.
So the creators of Pokemon just read a bunch of Marvel comics? Sword and Shield.
Oh. Yeah.
No, that's kind of like a thing. You use your sword and your shield.
Tom at least kind of got my joke.
No, I got it too.
Oh no!
Weird
Yeah.
Demo says, don't forget armor. Who the fuck is armor?
Oh yeah. Sword, armor, and shield. There's technically
Yeah.
3 prongs to that
Yeah.
whole. God, I always forget about that.
Yeah,
Nobody likes armor.
Who is armor?
Not important.
Thanks for... You know what? We're
No,
just...
it'll help no one to give context for who Armor is.
I don't know. I'm asking you to tell me who it is because I don't know.
Another faction.
Pretty much, it's just another section of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I forget what
And
they're in
sword.
charge of though, but they don't actually do anything.
And armor.
I wanted to say that they were like,
What is the whole
because S.H.I.E.L.D. is
organization
like
called?
all of Earth's defense. Sword is
apparently.
the offensive in space.
Alternate reality
Yeah, it's the
monitoring
alternate
and
reality,
operational
yeah.
response agency.
Yeah, they're probably gonna show up now. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Who knows? Maybe they'll have the, what is it in Loki, the TVA? That'll become Armor.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Read Marvel Zombies 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where. Is that where they first showed up?
I believe so, yeah.
I know. Apparently, the first appearance is Astonishing X-Men #4 from 2004.
Any thoughts, Tom?
What's the whole
Oh no, that's a
organization
different
called?
one. That's a different one. That's
That's
armor. That's armor.
It's separate
That's armor the
organizations
mutant.
completely that work together, kind of.
Like the CIA and the FBI
Exactly.
and the NSA?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're under the United States government, so they're part of the United States government. So what would be the running faction for
Probably it's just S.H.I.E.L.D.
Shield,
Because
Sword, and Armor?
Sword and Armor are pretty much just
Yeah.
extensions of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, it starts out Shield.
Yeah.
Shield's the first part.
Okay.
And then when they first realize there's extraterrestrial threats, they create Sword. And now when there's going to be multiversal threats,
create
they're going to
armor.
create armor
So would the
for the MCU's timeline at least.
would like the head of Shield be in charge of everything else?
Probably
Uh,
not.
yeah, usually there's
they're all
somebody
getting a
else
little bit.
leading
They're all
the
getting a little bit
factions.
too big
Yeah.
to have one guy do
It's
it.
got to be a council or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know at least currently there's someone else, like Nick Fury Jr. is in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D., but somebody else is in charge of Sword.
Yeah, because they have like even Shield was technically run by the World Security Council,
Right.
Yeah.
But
which was a bunch of douchebags.
but I mean, there's got to be like a council of people who are in Shield, Sword, and Armor, kind of getting together, and then they all kind of.
To some degree, at least in the comics, it almost seems like they answer at this point to the Avengers, because they pretty much just do whatever the fuck Captain America says to do. Or I think T'Challa now, because he's the head of the Avengers right now.
I want another structure.
They keep moving stuff around. It happens.
What would you call it? What would be the next team that you need?
No, I just.
Abigail
well, it'd
Brand
probably be-
leads
it could
Sword
be-
in the comics.
Yeah.
It could be like boot,
Yeah.
shoes.
Boot shoes.
Steed. That's how you get to the alternate reality.
Any other thoughts on What If before we
Chainmail.
move on?
Helmet.
I wish they would make the episodes a
Helmet.
little longer.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, so because sometimes that you can kind of feel that rush, like you have to just kind of accept how this is how it is now. Like, why is T'Challa still called Star-Lord? That was a very specific to Peter Quill thing. It doesn't make sense to give him that title, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some stuff like that, but it's also like, what if he was Star-Lord? That's the whole question is,
Yeah, exactly.
what if he was Star-Lord?
Yeah, it's just like,
So they
give
made
a
him
little more
Star-Lord.
context. The comics, they do just as equally like rush through what's happening, but usually they explain why this still happened this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was supposed to be one of the...
And like, if you're going
Get over
to,
it.
like, in episode
Get over it.
3, like when Captain Marvel shows up, well, is Captain Marvel going to kick Loki's ass? Because I'd like to see that.
I mean, probably. It probably going to be Steve Rogers and Captain Marvel versus Loki, and then they liberate Earth from Loki.
But I want to see it.
I just enjoyed that it seems
Like, I
like
don't-
Loki genuinely invaded Earth because he was pissed Thor was dead.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because that changed his whole arc because he got to become the
Yeah.
true son of Asgard. And he's like, well, Thor's dead. That means I'm the big man on campus now. Daddy
Also,
loves
who the fuck killed my brother?
Daddy loves me. And Daddy really hates the guy that killed the big blonde dude. Okay, y'all are in big trouble. You're lucky he just sent me, and Odin's not here, y'all.
Right? Odin would ruin you.
I'm just gonna subjugate you because I like being in charge. Odin would just wipe you off the face of Midgard. He would wipe Midgard out of the tree
out
of
of
life.
the 9 realms. It's gone. Yggdrasil. No more Midgard.
Just cut off one of those roots.
Yep.
All right, go on.
Bye.
Suck it.
Be more effective than Thanos was.
That would. I guess in Thanos' thinking that would stop some suffering.
that is kind of what he wanted to do at the end. Is like, you know what? You guys are just gonna keep trying to undo this shit. Fuck you.
I'm
Just gonna get rid of all of you.
Everybody's gone. Oh, it's not working.
Well, that moves us to our next segment. What you watching? Still watching stuff?
It worked.
I'm working on it. So we got a trailer for a movie called Spencer, which
Spencer.
looks like a Princess Diana biopic starring Kristen Stewart. When I first saw this, I didn't even recognize Kristen Stewart. I was like, holy shit.
How?
No, honestly, it doesn't look like her.
What?
Did
With
you
the-
watch it?
For the
I
bits
saw
of the
the-
trailer I saw,
I saw the
didn't look like her to
trailer.
me.
Oh wow! I called it as soon as I see her acting. Twilight acting hasn't changed. Same thing. All the Twilight memes. I'm pretty sure you guys seen them,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, same acting.
Really?
I
I
seen
didn't-
it.
Watch it. Watch it again.
I'm gonna throw
Okay.
out. I actually really like Kristen Stewart as an actor. I think she's phenomenal, and most of the Twilight collapsing into yourself shit was because of the director.
Again,
Well, also,
you
didn't
watch
we-
her in the next one and
Yeah.
in the trailer. Same acting.
I'm saying that
Same
it's the
shit.
same thing with like Robert Pattinson. These are good actors that were in an exceptionally shitty trilogy.
Robert Pattinson,
Yeah.
completely different from Twilight to other movies. He's actually
Yeah.
phenomenal actor outside of Twilight.
Oh,
And
amazing.
he distinctly sat there and would go to the Twilight conventions and literally just rag on himself
I don't-
and rag
Sure.
on all of.
I don't
all
think
of
anybody
Twilight.
hates Twilight more than Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
absolutely
he
despises it.
Hates it.
And it's just
I think the best interview I ever saw, honestly ever, but definitely of him, is like, what was your favorite part of filming Twilight? And he goes, when it was over. Like, that's amazing. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
When it was over.
Yeah, but
Wish they hadn't killed me off in Harry Potter. This fucking bullshit.
Yeah, outside of Twilight, he was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Kristen Stewart.
I'm actually not that upset.
There's
really
been a
big
few
fan.
things that I've really enjoyed her in. They were bad movies, but she was good in them.
She's done. She actually. I will agree with Peter on that. She has been. She is needs a new agent. I think because she's
Yeah.
just in a lot of really bad movies, and she does not get to flourish.
No.
Which she can do because there are certain scenes when she does things that she nails stuff, and you're like, God, can't you get in like a property that's actually decent
Right.
in any way, shape, or form?
Don't get
I'd
me
like to
wrong.
actually see you act and do good.
I hope the movie turns out well, but just watching the trailer, like this, because I mean, it was all silent until the end where she finally spoke up, and it was like some weird British.
Yeah,
But-
because she's Princess Diana,
I know, but well, again,
who is British.
I'm just saying she spoke in weird British. It didn't even sound like.
Actually, I thought her accent was spot on.
yeah, it didn't sound spot on.
It sounded just like
Funky,
it sounded
almost
just like
force.
it sounded just like Diana.
We just got like
It's weird.
another Masters of the Universe thing where like one person adamantly disagrees with the rest of us. No offense.
No,
Oh,
again,
It's
if,
okay.
if Kristen Stewart has a really good, like acting role, I would be like, this is great. If this is that one acting role where she does really phenomenally, great. But when I watched the trailer, I literally just saw her acting in Twilight.
Hey,
every emotional moment was.
This could be her Oscar. She could win.
Terrible. We're all gonna watch that fucking trailer again, and I want to see. And I want to go there. That was Twilight. There. That was Twilight.
Oh no, there was definitely some of those.
And every time you guys would be like,
"This is
yeah,
it's gonna sound bad."
I hope it's okay.
And I really hope this is not insulting to the memory of the late Princess Diana. There's a lot of pictures of her with that exact same fucking face.
No, again, it's Princess Diana.
So that might be. But that's what I'm saying. That might be why they cast Kristen Stewart, because like, hey, you kind of have a vacant sadness to you.
Sadness. It's definitely not a vacant sadness every time she acted.
Again, vacant sadness is what they needed for Bella. That character isn't a person.
Again, it was a really great casting for Kristen Stewart. She nailed that.
Well, I thought the whole
Because the
point.
whole thing is awful.
The whole point of Bella is what we were talking about when we were episode 2 about milquetoast characters. I thought Bella was supposed to be a milquetoast
100%.
character.
She is supposed to be a blank character, so teenage girls can replace her with themselves.
Yeah, so they can have masturbatory fantasies to the sparkly vampire.
Yeah, exactly.
And then write 50 Shades of Grey.
Right.
Again,
That's what happened.
Show agency or
That is
personality
legitimately
traits,
what happened.
It's easier to put yours on them. That's why there's so many silent protagonists in video games.
Yeah.
Hot.
No, that's literally how 50 Shades of Grey was written.
It was fan fiction for Twilight.
Yeah, she literally cut and replaced, replace Edward and Bella
from the Master of the Universe fan fiction. Yeah. Well, no, she had to do it with other characters too. Like the rest of the Twilight cast was there.
Oh, they were all there, yes, but
in dramatically different roles, but they were there.
The main thing was Edward. No, Christian Grey. That's his name now, and he lives in. Still Seattle. That sounds good. Yeah, that still works. Instead of Forks, he's gonna live in Seattle. He moved to the big city. That's Big City Edward. All right.
So that's supposed to come out on November 5th.
What, of this year?
Of this year.
Oh, wow.
And it's on Amazon Prime, right?
I believe it was an Amazon original, yes.
No, I don't think that was an Amazon original. That one's going to be released in theaters.
Yeah,
theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, nice.
Something else that's coming
we're gonna
out
actually
in
see that, aren't we?
November.
I want to see that shit.
Again,
I think Kristen Stewart's a good actress.
I would watch it.
You'll watch the movie.
I will watch it just to see if it turns into a car wreck or not.
It's definitely going to turn out. I'm sorry.
Well, speaking of things that come out in November and are car wrecks, we're getting Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. This is coming out November 24th. And for some reason, I'm actually a little surprised this one does not have a trailer. But
yeah, if it comes out November 24th, I'm a little surprised about that too.
Be something, right?
At least something.
we got a bunch of still shots. I can tell you that Robbie Amell is in it, and a bunch of people I don't know.
You don't like Robbie Amell?
Oh yeah, hell no.
What's wrong with Robbie Amell?
He's a Kristen Stewart.
He's Stephen Amell's like less talented brother, I believe, right? He's his little
I
brother.
thought it was his cousin.
Well,
They're directly related. Either way, less talented, and Stephen Amell already isn't my favorite actor out there.
I actually like Robbie Amell better than I like Stephen Amell.
Maybe
He was in that Uploaded show I was telling you guys about.
Oh, really?
That's Robbie Amell, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I only remember him from the half a season of Flash that he was around.
I will say his comedic chops are pretty good.
Okay.
I'm a little worried about him in the horror fest that is
like a
Resident
more serious
Evil.
role.
Yeah.
Also, stop doing live action Resident Evil.
It doesn't work unless it's Mila Jovovich. I'm sorry, and even then, it doesn't
only
really
worked
work
for
after
one movie.
Hey, the second one was pretty decent.
Okay.
After that, it was batshit insane.
Yeah.
Well, this is supposed to
I
take
think the
place.
fourth one was pretty good. At parts.
It's supposed to take place in 1998, and we get the secrets of Raccoon City and the Spencer Mansion.
Does that mean that Robbie Amell's playing Chris?
Yes.
I think
like it.
so.
Yes.
That makes sense. He's not shaped like a gorilla yet in the first game, so.
He's
Hang on,
a little skinny rich white dude.
Yeah, he's
That's
I
Robbie
can-
Amell.
Like, that's the
I can
appropriate
tell you
shape
right
still,
now.
like-
He is. He's playing Chris.
Yeah, he has to be.
And
Because there's no way in hell he's playing
and the-
Jill.
He might be. You
Hey.
don't know.
You know what? It's a progressive day and age.
He
You know
is
what?
playing-
I'm
yeah,
a
he's
little
playing
sad that you're
Chris
that
Redfield.
close-minded over there, Peter.
Kaya Scodelario is playing Claire Redfield. Robbie's playing Chris Redfield. Hannah John Kamen is Jill Valentine. Tom Hopper as Albert Wesker. Yvonne
You don't know any of these people, do you?
I don't know any of these people, no.
Except for Robbie Amell.
Except for Robbie Amell. Robbie Amell is the only person I know on this list.
Why is Claire even in that?
It's got Claire, Chris, Jill,
die at
and
some point in
Leon.
time.
Like all the.
She's just not in that game at all. She doesn't show up until the second one.
Well, this
Guess
is...
what? It's a pre-boot.
A preboot.
A
The movie
reboot.
universe. Okay.
Again, it's a prequel, but it's also a reboot of a franchise that's already been established. So it's a pre-boot.
A preboot.
I just made that up, and I think that's accurate.
That's not bad.
I like it.
They've done a couple of those now, and now we need to go back and find all the pre-boots out there.
DMC Devil May Cry. That's what it is.
What's this one? But no, so I guess they gotta set up the stuff that's gonna mean why she did show up in the second game.
I guess. I mean, she's, I think, looking for her brother when she goes to Raccoon City.
Well, okay, so if this is a prequel, this is before anything bad has happened there, so maybe they're just hanging out.
I mean, if Chris is involved and the mansion's involved, that's a bad thing happening right now.
Yeah, but it's the start of the bad thing. It's the very beginning of the bad thing that then domino effects into all the other very bad, even worse things.
You know, in
Do
the
you want me to pull up
original
some
live
of the
action
shots?
Yeah, pull up some
Yes,
of the shots.
please. But in the original live action Resident Evil, they had the dude that played Captain Cold playing Chris. Why do they keep casting CW actors to play Chris Redfield?
Is Resident Evil a Warner Bros. Property?
Pretty sure it is.
I don't know. That was
So
what would make sense.
all we got is still photos. There is nothing.
Welcome to Raccoon City, home of Umbrella.
That's not a good sign.
No, that is a bad sign.
That's a bad sign. A literal sign. It's a sign.
Alright.
That looks like a mansion.
Okay.
They're walking through the mansion.
Yeah. Where's the zombies?
Pretty sure that was supposed to be.
Pretty sure that was Jill.
Wasn't they should be in like their military gear, not a fucking random leather jacket.
Prequel.
How would
No.
you know who she is if she's not wearing the red leather jacket?
That's also true.
That's Claire's thing.
Well, maybe it's Claire. I don't know. This is production stills. I got no fucking clue what's going on here, man.
This is literally. I do like how they have the 1990s police cars though.
Don't get me wrong, I love Resident Evil and will absolutely watch this the moment it releases. I just have
I also
questions.
like the. This is obviously the stand-in for some monster.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a scary monster. I do like how their entire police department is literally just a gate.
It's like a,
There's nothing behind it.
Yeah,
Oh, we'll fix
that's
it.
all we got.
We'll fix it in
we'll
post.
fix it in post.
Sound like us. We'll fix it in post.
I have to fix everything in post because you guys make this very hard on me.
So a prequel.
But also I guess a reboot for the film franchise.
Yeah.
Which is
They can start
well
over.
overdue. Just don't let that dude be involved in the original director. Stop it. Stop letting him be involved in video game adaptations.
You can let Mila Jovovich come back. I don't have a problem with that.
That's fine. But
That's
just
totally
like
cool.
not her husband. Stop that
Oh
nonsense.
yeah, he is the director, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
That's
So
where they
the-
met, isn't it?
Yeah.
This
Oh god.
The synopsis is: once the booming home of pharmaceutical giant Umbrella Corporation, Raccoon City is now a dying Midwestern town. The company's exodus left the city a wasteland with great evil brewing below the surface. When that evil is unleashed, the townspeople are forever changed, and a small group of survivors must work together to uncover the truth behind Umbrella and make it through the night.
I still love Umbrella Corporation. It's like Omnicorp or by and large. I don't know. It's just
Large, big gulp.
it's just so stupid. It's just like Umbrella Corporation. What do you do? We're a little bit over everything.
Thing.
Yeah, we do a little bit of everything.
Just a little bit of everything. Rocks on.
Anyway, the other cool thing coming out in November, this is an
How
Amazon.
much stuff is coming out in November? Jesus. Busy month.
I
That's
know.
usually how November goes.
That's true.
Yeah.
I gotta get it in before Oscar season.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, this isn't a movie. This is going to be an Amazon Prime TV series called The Wheel of Time. It's based on a book series by Robert Jordan.
I thought it was. It's not a movie. It is a series.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking at the trailer, I thought it was just a movie. Okay.
No, it's a TV series.
Actually, that might be better than a lot of these long-winded fantasy books work a lot better.
on
I'm
TV.
actually
series.
really curious. Are you looking at my note?
I misread your notes.
What did you think
The
it said?
second one, I thought it said, "Mom hated boobs."
She may.
That's not out of the question.
Yeah, no, I misread it as like that can't be. Okay, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
So what did that actually say over there?
It says mom hated books. Because
Mom hates books. All books. Wow, that's so mean.
I'm assuming the books it was.
No, the books is based on that.
The fuck is that cat doing?
He's trying
Lots
to
of weird
get
stuff.
into the.
He's getting in the
wow,
pillow.
he's just going into it.
Okay, you guys are gonna need to see this. This is. I've never seen him do this. I don't know what's going on right now.
And he flipped it.
Oh my god.
Dumbass cat. Well, I took pictures. I'll post them here.
It's so stupid. What is it?
He's acting out. He goes in the freaking bed there and.
That's actually pretty good.
You couldn't do any of that over here so they can see your ass?
Nope.
There's no pillows over here.
He's being very stubborn.
Yeah.
So yeah, forever ago.
Forever ago?
The book series came out early to mid 2000s.
It was that long? I thought it was an older series than that.
Well, my uncle had found it, and he thought that it was finished because it was like a 9-book series, and he sent it to my mom because my mom, really likes those kind of books.
The first volume was
And,
in 1984 and was first published in January of 1990.
Okay, well then he didn't send them to her until
And there are 14 books.
the early to mid 2000s.
The first one was published in January 15th of 1990, and the most recent one was January 8th of 2013. But the original author died after writing the first 11.
Yeah, so
All right.
yeah, sometime in the early to mid 2000s, my uncle had found the first 9 books and sent it to my mom because she likes those kind of books, and he thought it was the complete series. It's not. And God, my mom hated those books. Like, she just would. She liked the story, but the problem was he had so much, like, he would go into great detail about a brick. Like, describing the brick and what the brick was like. And it's like all a bunch of shit that you didn't need to know, and it just dragged and dragged and dragged and dragged and dragged. And she said way before that, she's like, this guy's gonna die before he ever finishes this book series.
Really did.
I didn't know he died.
He did.
Before he finished his book series. Just like what's going to happen with George R.R. Martin.
Well, you got Game of Thrones.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Well, so that brings us from one atrocity to the next. There's a new He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. What the fuck?
I'm so glad I sent you this, guys.
I don't
think you guys saw it until I sent it to you.
I wish I had.
No!
I didn't even talk to you about it.
How'd you talk to
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Are you sure?
Like 2 weeks ago, the last time, for episode 4's recording, before we recorded, I talked to you about
Nice
it out
teacher.
there. About how a bunch of people online were getting
That's
really
only in the
mad,
18
and I
up
thought it was
chapter.
really stupid that they were getting mad, not that the trailer was there.
I think the trailer's really stupid. I think I'm one of those people on the internet getting really mad about it because it's the most unnecessary kind of reboot.
This is coming out on September 16th. And I did some research because I had questions. So, Revelations is getting a part 2. That hasn't been confirmed for a second season, but like there is a part 2
For season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are still getting that.
We're actually going to get
And-
the end of this first season.
Yeah. So that's already, they just haven't confirmed a second season. And then this is basically like, some fucking, they were like, all right, now let's make a version that is dumb for kids.
Is that
Yeah.
really what they're doing?
Is that what you're leading into that next note?
It's similar to the She-Ra reboot, except that everybody gets powers.
Honestly, it reminds me of. Did you guys watch the reboot of Johnny Quest that was in the mid 2000s?
Yeah.
The one they went to virtual reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of those vibes from this. They're like, well, you know what kids love? Computers and their phones and stuff. So what if we made all of He-Man's normal Masters of the Universe guys younger, but also made them contemporaries with He-Man, and they don't have any of the experience that they had in the original movie shows, and now they're super cool kids, and everybody's got the power. Woo, yeah. You're all special. When everyone's special, no one is.
By the way, buy these figurines.
Yeah.
To be
'Cause
clear,
they've already
though,
made them.
with She-Ra, they did all have powers in the reboot. Yeah. So the but everyone gets powers is a...
So it's even more
Okay,
similar
but-
to the new
Not
She-Ra.
really.
And then
But
didn't
even-
He-Man, they had the same thing, like in the older ones? Like the older show?
In the older show, no, just Battle Cat got extra powers when he got the power.
And
Yeah, in this one, literally, when he transforms and I
Well,
have
yeah.
the power, like
Battle
all
Cat,
his,
and then everybody else get that.
and
shit
I'm
too.
like, why?
Also,
I mean-
Cringer wasn't very cringy when he was being Cringer either.
no, because
And
it's
the
not
other
a
side.
magical transformation anymore. It's
It's just,
an upgrade.
He's just geared up now.
Yeah.
And I hate Orko.
That's the one part that I was like,
Robot
this is kinda
Orko can
stupid.
fuck off.
Yeah. So it really is
Well,
just
everyone.
He-Man, but they're leaning a lot
Roborko
more
can
into...
fuck
Roborko. I'm sorry, Peter. Go
It
ahead.
really is just He-Man, but they're leaning a lot more into sci-fi, which was already kind of present in She-Man, or not
In
She-Man.
She-Man?
She-Ra and
Oh,
He-Man.
wow.
It was already
It's
kind of
ma'am.
present in the Masters of the Universe series.
No,
But
they definitely had a
it wasn't
technology,
as
but
much of a
it was
focus.
more fantasy with
Yeah.
the technology aspects. This seems like it's being more technology with some fantasy.
See,
aspects.
Exactly.
but I also feel like they were like, okay, so let's take a bunch of properties and smash them all together. Because even like the part where he's sitting around and the one character is like, so were you like, was your body just different and you were like still the same, or did you all like? And it reminded me of Shazam.
Yeah, it has the real shit of the new Zachary Levi.
Like, yeah, I know. I guess from the mindset, like the kid has like a lot of questions about the actual transformation. But that's, I guess I got hung up. It's like, well, that specific thing, they know that that he's still him, just in a different body.
But they don't, because this is the first time he's ever done it.
Yeah.
Well,
This
no,
is the
it
new
was
reboot.
Shazam,
All the kids.
not
Like-
He-Man. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like when she mentioned that question, it's like I got too hung up on the question itself
Yeah.
rather than that. There was a bunch of questions about the powers. I mean, it's not like we got a whole bunch of answers about how the powers worked in the original series, so it might be nice to get some explanation.
Maybe.
Yeah, I will
maybe
say
not
though,
that nice.
the reason that note is hanging up on me is like because She-Ra is really not at all similar to what I'm seeing here. I think you don't like the art style of either of these. It's like this but worse. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
but I mean, She-Ra was still a high fantasy series with some sci-fi elements, like the original show as well. And those characters in the original show did have powers.
Even in the original show, some of the characters had powers, not all of them.
Well, that's still the case here. All the princesses have magic, but the other characters like Bo and them, they're just fighters. They have a bow, Seahawk.
You know what? Everybody in this one gets powers.
Do they?
Yes.
Because it's all tech-based. They don't have any powers. The only one who really has powers is He-Man.
No, they all transformed and got their own little different whatever their little like the one guy was like, "I'm the master of tech." And he gets like techie shit, and the other was like, "I'm the master of demolition. And blow some
stupid.
shit up."
I think the explanation for that is just, hey, this show's been called Masters of the Universe for a really long time, and none of us ever explained that. So,
Yeah, it's just because it sounds cool. That's
Right.
that's the explanation. Masters of the Universe, it sounds cool.
ultimately, though, it's like, this doesn't look like something I'd ever actually want to watch, but it is very clearly being designed for kids. So
Well, yeah.
it probably appeals to a lot of kids. I'm sure my niece would love to watch this. I have no interest.
You have her watch it and report back to us.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Just
That's
imagine
fair.
His niece walking up going, "My power, great skull, I have the power!" And then he's just like, "Yeah, woo."
That chant was always a little stupid, to be clear.
And the sword of power
redundant.
does still look like shit.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to make that thing look good anymore. You should just let him keep the two swords in Revelations.
That's what I'm saying. Just give him a new one.
Yeah.
Start over. They had the opportunity and they
dual
fucked
swords,
it
that's all they
up.
needed.
No, even when they're reforging it, they could have reforged it into something that didn't look exactly like the giant hunk of plastic that they had back in the 80s.
Because it was like the dude didn't know what he was doing, so he might have fucked up and it would look different.
I was really hoping.
Like, this doesn't look like my sword.
It's
It
close
works
enough.
just the same.
It works the same way.
The same thing. It's fine.
Doesn't
actually
matter,
little-
it's not even his sword now.
Little
it's Skeletor's
artistry on this,
sword.
okay?
Honestly, it looks a little cooler, I think. You sure you're not good with just two? I think we can do the same thing with two. Yeah, two should be fine.
Yeah.
Just use them at the same time.
works.
You have to use them at the same time.
Just
Yeah.
swing both. You'll be all right.
And then
It's fine. He'll
actually,
probably be a better fighter.
honestly, that would have been better anyway, because then Skeletor could have had one, and He-Man might not have just gotten shish kebabbed. He could have used the other one.
Yeah, just blocked it.
Yeah.
We're still stuck on He-Man. Fuck He-Man.
I don't think it's that bad, but I understand, I guess, some of the outrage. It's very clearly being designed for kids,
Oh, yeah,
so
that's-
we're not the target audience
we're
for this
not
at all.
And there's just some bad humor that's just great. It's like you turned into some sort of crazy like He-Man.
Yeah, the name thing was...
Guys, no.
I mean, for me, it's more so just you sit there and think about it. It's like, yeah, it's developed for kids, but it definitely questioned, like, is Revelations going to have a season 2?
Well,
Are
we
they
don't
gonna
know
actually
because
put
it's
that
such a
out there?
negative fucking
Yeah,
feedback.
like I
There was
said,
a
when
lot of
I-
negative feedback for
Yeah.
that, so I was thinking like this was like
when
the
I did the research, there will be a part 2
Yeah.
to season 1, but there hasn't been a confirmed for season 2 yet, which apparently is not fuck words.
So pretty much what you're saying is there was five episodes for He-Man
Part
1,
Yeah.
and there's probably gonna be like 5 for
part
part 2,
two.
but that was entirely season 1 of
Yes.
Revelations.
And season
And it
2
could
is
have been
not
entirely
confirmed.
The
planned that
last
he
season.
only wanted to do a single season of that show.
Yeah, and
Maybe we won't.
apparently it's not like Netflix does this a lot, where they're like, oh well, let's wait and see how the first couple episodes of part 2 go before we decide whether or not we want to confirm a season 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is something that happens often. So just because it hasn't been confirmed yet doesn't mean that.
Hey, check the.
Something might
Oh,
be
it
wrong.
lagged. No, we're good.
It lagged hard there. I'm sorry.
Well, siento mucho.
I mean, it is almost change battery time.
Again.
So, I guess on that note, we should probably take an actual break.
Not a pee break.
No. Be big for us. No, be big for Kitty. Us or the cat?
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
All right. Well, we will be right back to the 8-Bit Cat Show.
We'll be back after these messages.
What I was trying to say was go check out our Patreon at patreon.com/8bitcats. 8, the number 8, BITKATZ. K. Break time.
Patreon.com.
Is the K at the end of the Z?
KATZ.
K.
A.
TZ.
T.
K?
K.
Anyway,
Welcome back to the 8-Bit Cat Show. Hi, Tom.
What?
Hi, Peter.
Hi.
Peter's back in.
Yeah, he's
Alright,
back in now. Okay.
I was fucking around on my phone.
Hi,
Sorry.
Weird Demo. I'm glad you're still with us.
I thought it was supposed to be said another way than demo.
Oh, it's Demo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Domo.
Domo.
Weird emo.
Demo Morgato, Mr. Ripato.
He knows who he is.
Demo.
Yeah.
Like BMO.
Demo. Got it. I got it. Why'd you let me say it wrong this whole time?
Wait, no, demo? It is demo?
It is demo.
Wait, is it Demo or Demo?
It's demo, because
Well,
remember in the episode he was telling
Oh.
us that it's like a demo, and
That's
he
what
was
I've
doing it.
been saying. You
Dim
guys,
Zero.
you guys trying to fuck me all up.
Demos.
Speaking of demos,
Look at
this-
demos.
Look at demos.
that brings us to Gamers Corner. We got the Dead Space developer presentation, which was pretty cool.
I
Well, Dead Space
honestly
there.
did not look at it just because I wanted to hear your guys' thing, because I love Dead Space. You
So
didn't look at it
no,
either?
I didn't.
Oh, okay, now she has to explain it to us, 'cause
Yep.
unless he's watched it.
You
Did you watch
all
it?
failed
Oh my
me.
god, did
Wow.
we all not watch it?
I didn't watch it for the strict thing that I just want to be surprised when it comes out, but I'm okay with what this conversation's going. So now it's just her explaining it.
I watched all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
So basically,
Because I want to be surprised.
Yeah, okay, see? So we're all wanting to play it. We're all like, hey, we don't want
I
to
mean,
be...
it didn't give anything away. It really was just a tech demo. Most of it, they had it broken down into the basic boxes, and was just kind of showing you some of the.
Well, apparently his helmet goes on super cool now. Ooh, fancy.
and was showing you some of like how
Nice.
they're working on making it higher fidelity. They're using the Frostbite engine.
Okay.
They're working with prison body destruction, so they were showing you how like when you
Precision body destruction?
yeah, so like when you are
Prison.
fighting these monsters, like you're literally like filleting and chopping like layers of skin out, and like if you don't shoot it all right,
so my Lancer
their
thing
arm,
works even better? Oh.
yeah, their arm might just kind of like hang there and
Dangle.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
That was pretty great, actually.
So they basically they went back to the legacy assets and then rebuilt the game from the bottom up. And because of that, this is going to be
Better than
a
doing it top down.
PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC game.
It's
This
gonna
is
go
not
everything?
going to be on. Well, it's not going to be on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One or
It's
any of the
only new stuff and
new
PC.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So if you didn't get one of those, I'm sorry.
Are we gonna get crossplay on that?
Are we
I
going to
mean,
have a multiplayer?
Yeah,
I
is there
don't-
multiplayer.
Oh,
They didn't
multiplayer
say-
Dead Space would be amazing.
They didn't say
I wonder how that
anything
would work.
about.
great.
Ooh, they did that.
Hey, Patches, over here, buddy.
What? He's trying to go through
This is great.
So they didn't say anything about multiplayer or crossplay, but they did say there would not be any transactions.
Microtractions.
Microtractions.
See, we've gone to prison, limb destruction,
Yep.
to
Prison limb destruction and no microbiological transactions.
And then Gunnar Wright is returning as the voice of Isaac.
Well, that
Okay.
just has to make sense. That
Yeah.
would it would ruin the whole game if it wasn't the right voice there.
Yeah.
So is he recording new dialogue?
I would
If he's
assume
returning, I
coming
would
back,
assume
yeah.
so.
They
Yeah.
did it. I mean, I guess they didn't
Or did
actually.
they just need to re-record the stuff from the beginning?
Oh, to
because
make it
was-
sound
to
better.
actually sound
Yeah.
sound as good as it looks now?
Yeah.
Again, it was a real basic tech demo, so they didn't really.
I'd like to see them throwing some new scenes in there. That'd be interesting if they got him to come back and do it. Might as well record a couple new things, right?
All right.
And I know that there were a lot of issues with the zero gravity chamber, and they fixed all of that.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
There was,
Thank
yeah.
God.
We were playing that, the camera acting all weird.
Oh, it was
You hit the
doing
ground, then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, there we go, I'm back.
Yeah, I found it. Yeah. I always just like to recreate the scene from Monty Python.
Which one?
It's just a flesh wound.
Shoot the
Come
leg.
back here, I'll bite your ankles off.
How about you?
Call it a draw.
The other gameplay presentation we got was for Marvel Midnight Suns. We talked a little bit about this the last episode. It's by 2K and Firaxis, so it is going to be a turn-based tactical RPG. But the way they described it was a cinematic tactical affair featuring the darker side of Marvel.
Okay, so I did watch this one. And
I saw bits of it from when you were watching it.
I
It clearly didn't have your attention because you stopped watching it and we started talking about random shit halfway through.
that's pretty much what I was going to say. Is it just like there's some great visual stuff in it, though it still seems like if they're putting it out with these new consoles that it could look better.
True. And
I'd actually wish for a little more uncanny valley portion of this because a lot of it just looks real blocky and like, I mean, it's a smoother version of really old shitty cutscenes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, their skin's a little bit smoother and I can see their fucking pores for some reason, but their face still goes, and they're dead in their eyes. I'm like, can we work on that? We've had a lot of things that have done some good stuff with like mocap and stuff like that makes it a little bit more believable. If you're putting this much work into it and effort into it,
Yeah.
and a lot of it is going to be, especially on like the turn-based RPG, you do a move. It does a big fancy cinematic thing for you to do the move because you don't actually do the moves.
Yeah, you just
And
tell
I'm
it
like,
to do a thing.
so I can understand that you lose a little bit of that like between your cutscene and your gameplay when you're actually playing the thing and it's got to react to all the things you're doing. But if it already knows, okay, I played this card, he's going to do this thing, it should look a little better.
Well, I mean, it is still a relatively early trailer. They might still up the graphics by the time of the release.
Which would be
it's
nice.
supposed to release in March.
Yeah, so there's
Okay.
probably
All
still
right, there's
gonna
still
be
time.
some
There's still
improvement
time.
visuals.
A couple months
Yeah.
There's still time.
to disappoint you.
Yeah, probably. But what are you gonna do?
I mean,
mean,
I was
I
kind of
don't-
with Dion. I wanted another Ultimate Alliance. I knew it was going to be turn-based, but I'm just not here for it.
Yeah, I didn't from watching the first thing that actually had gameplay in it. It really seems like it's even worse turn-based than they normally are. It really feels like it's pulling you out of the action completely to set up your selections and do stuff like that.
I mean, not really, because I played a lot of the RPGs going back to like the original NES, so like I remember you would get in a battle, you'd get a screen, and it would give you 4 options, and you had to scroll through and choose what thing, and then
I never liked those games.
I mean, right. So for me,
Final Fantasy.
this
It wasn't bad for me.
this
I never
isn't
liked
any
those games.
this isn't any different. These are the kind of games that I grew up playing. Like, except now instead of it being like a little menu, it's like a card type thing. So you're getting cards with abilities. You pick the card, and then you actually position it so that it's like, okay, well, I want her to do this move, but I want it to go in this direction, so that it can, you use the environment to your advantage. So, there's like one clip where you're playing as Wolverine, and behind your enemy there's like a canister that would explode. So you pick the move he's gonna do, and then you tell it, okay, you have to do it at this angle, so that not only are you gonna hit this guy, but you're gonna hit him into that canister, which is then gonna blow up and take out the other 2 enemies.
I did like some of that stuff, and I did like it seemed interesting. That a lot of like your power-ups or like combo moves that you're gonna be able to use with other people are gonna be based on your role-playing portion of the game, where you're hanging out with all the other Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
And based on the relationships that you build with them through your picking the right option in the menus, depends on like what other different weird cool moves you can do for like combos and stuff when you actually get into combat. That part seemed neat, at least, just because it actually means that you have to invest yourself in the story a little bit, other than just going, oh no, just find the cards, good, bloop, 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 done. All right, good, perfect.
Yeah, depending on the time you take, like you can walk, because your hub is going to be, it's called the Abbey, and so that's like your little homeworld hub, and you can interact with those characters in different ways. Like you can take a walk with Tony Stark and talk with him. You could go train with Blade. You can hang out with the Runaways. Like, it gives you lots of different options, and depending on how much you invest into each of these relationships is going to depend on what kind of abilities you unlock. And then depending on what heroes you take with you into the missions, that's also going to kind of change up the different abilities you get to do, and then the armor sets you unlock and the costumes and stuff like that is also going to give you different abilities. And so it really is, I think, a much more interesting way than the, oh, let me grind through this dungeon to get all these stupid power-ups that I may or may not already have. Yay, Final Fantasy.
I mean, I love the old Final Fantasy games. It's just with Marvel in particular, I'm used to, I guess, more of the beat-em-up stuff. It's like, that's what I thought this would be. Seeing that it isn't feels a little weird.
I can definitely understand that. I'm open to it. I'm going to play it. And then the other thing is, so there's going to be 12 heroes in addition to the Hunter. They haven't even announced all of them yet, so there are still more announcements to come on who else.
Well, who else is going to be the Midnight Suns?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
is
that in addition to the ones that we've already seen? Like, we know we were getting Doctor Strange and Iron Man and all that.
I think
so including the Hunter, there's going to be 13 total.
Oh,
They've
okay.
already announced,
like
7?
'Cause we've
Iron
seen
Man,
Ghost
Captain
Rider.
America, Wolverine, Doctor Strange, the Eternals, or not the Eternals, the Runaways.
The Runaways is a group.
Yeah, it's counting it as one though,
Oh, okay.
because I think you only interact with the one girl with the short hair.
Okay.
Captain Marvel, Ghost Rider.
I mean, let's be
think
real.
that's
Spider-Man's probably going to be in this. It's Spider-Man.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
You don't think they're going to put Peter in it? It's like the face of Marvel. I would be amazed if they don't end up putting him in it.
Yeah, I
Be-
think,
well,
I think that's
because-
why they're leaning heavy into the Wolverine portion.
Well, mostly because this is supposed to be the darker side. So, I mean, yeah, you've got your heavy hitters like Iron Man and Captain America and Doctor Strange, but they really are trying to pull on some of the like more obscure and darker characters like Ghost Rider, like Blade. So we might get Deadpool.
I would be amazed if we got a Deadpool.
What if Sinestro just showed up? It's like, I'm already wearing yellow. Are we cool, guys?
It's not the right universe, but I like you.
You seem cool. I like you. Oh, I would love that. That'd be fucking... I do enjoy the crossovers they've done with Marvel DC. Those are some really interesting...
They don't happen enough, but they're great when they do.
Well, yeah, now they really don't have enough. They're like, no, we gotta keep our intellectual property separate.
Yeah. I want another Marvel versus DC stuff.
You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
I actually liked the Amalgam comics.
I did. I like watching Superman fuck somebody up with Mjolnir. And you're like, wait, what the fuck is happening here?
In case you don't know, Stephanie, the Amalgam comics is after they did the Marvel vs. DC comics, they fused a bunch of the characters, like Wolverine and Batman and stuff like that. I think he was Dark Claw.
It was
and
great.
then just released like a few issues for each character, and then just ended it.
it really didn't have much to go anyway. You already know what's gonna happen. We can't write anything better than what you can put in your imagination.
Right. But there was like it was random, like Winter Soldier and Red Skull, Green Lantern and Iron Man, Captain America and Superman.
Cool.
It was good stuff.
Over the top, ridiculous. I loved it.
I actually enjoyed it.
Cool. Well, that brings us to our last segment.
I don't think she thinks that was cool
Oh
at
yeah,
all.
she did not like that at all.
I don't believe her.
Hey, check this out.
Some shit.
It's some shit. How do you feel about Street Fighter and Nightmare Fuel?
I don't think you can properly fuse those.
So somebody
Isn't Street Fighter
somehow
already a little bit of nightmare fuel?
put into a Google algorithm to make the the Street Fighter characters like doctored up to be like more realistic, and
I saw that.
it is a
Can you click this right now? I want to see this picture.
Pure nightmare fuel?
Yeah.
Let me see this nightmare fuel real quick. So they're like using the machine learning algorithms, and it's gonna get weird like dog faces and
links
stuff
for
in it.
all of these will be in the show notes.
Street Fighter 5 is what we're talking about, right?
Yes, Street Fighter 5. Oh no, my computer just froze.
It did.
That ain't good.
No.
Great. There we go.
There. Oh, what the fuck?
So here's Guile.
That looks like if Dolph Lundgren had sex with a midget.
Carrot top.
You know what this reminds me of?
Oh.
It reminds me of looking at the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to Infinite models.
Actually,
Look at those eyes.
Yeah.
The one above that one wasn't terrible.
Right, like that one looks
That
like a
one's
person.
the only like okay.
That's
one.
not bad.
Ken's
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
I think that one
Is it
suffers
just
mostly
a-
from angle.
Yeah. Is it just the males that are fucked up?
Look at that one.
And to be fair, the males are generally like shaped like gorillas.
I think that might be it.
Yeah. After that was
actually-
just reactions.
I almost want to change my check this out. I saw a video.
Hey, guess what?
Great.
It's not your turn. Peter, you're up.
So, to bridge seasons 2 and 3 of the Harley Quinn show, they're releasing a comic. They've already released the first 2 issues digitally. The physical release is going to start in October. But it's just a really well done series. They're 2 issues into a 6-series run, so y'all should check that out.
Tom didn't send me a link, but what you got, Tom?
Oh, I sent it to you in the chat
Okay.
for those who aren't in the Discord. You
I'll
know,
drop it in later.
yeah, that boat story on the high seas. You know what? If you guys haven't seen it, we'll show them.
I haven't heard about
I
this.
have no idea what's
Great.
The boat
Yeah.
The
story.
boat
Yeah.
story.
At seas.
Yeah. The accident. With the two captains.
Oh, yeah, that actually
Yeah.
was real heartfelt. Oh man, I
Yeah.
cried.
Yeah.
I cried.
It's pretty heavy shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, you guys gotta watch it. We'll do that for the check, like the afterwards.
fuck?
I don't know, it's like 30 minutes.
No, I mean like just the beginning one, like the beginning of it. We'll cut to the quick stuff. I can siphon through most of that so you can see it.
What the fuck? Okay.
I can summarize it real quick.
No.
No,
It's
he
a
wants to
surprise
show
for
us
everybody.
He
Yeah,
wants to show us
it's just
everything.
check that out. That's what this whole point is for. It's not for you to understand, but get the cryptic, and then it's heartfelt and it's a tearjerker. So.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah.
I'll say if we're gonna do the live streams now, she needs to send the links out as we talk about them.
Well, no, we
Discord there.
if it's demo, he can look into it and he can actually find it pretty quickly.
I mean, this is
In the future
this is
is what
supposed to be
I'm
for them to check out later, not as. We're
Yeah, we kind of don't want them leaving this video for another one. So.
Well, what you got for us, Zach?
What do I have for us? Oh yeah.
Hey, have a beautiful night.
So the Velocicoaster is like officially open at Universal Studios. So I've got the link to the point of view from the front seat of the car there. I'm a big roller coaster fan. Love me some roller coasters. This is like a solid fucking coaster, honestly. Like, they do have the one big hill that you can definitely see the entire Islands of Adventure, and I'm pretty sure you can see freaking the regular Universal Studios behind you and go, oh, shit, and then you fall down again. It definitely looks like we went to Disney and Universal last year, and I will say Disney's has stepped up their game too, but Universal has really stepped up their theming game on their rides. They're really leaning heavily into that Disney version, like, let's put some shit into this. It's not just a ride anymore, and it's not just, oh, it's green, it's the Hulk. Yeah, go. They're putting a lot more effort into it. Like, to go to the main entrance of the ride now is in the visitor center from Jurassic Park.
That's nice.
So
Isn't there like a video with Owen and Claire?
yeah,
as well?
and like there's all sorts of stuff like that. They've got raptors behind cages trying to break out of their containment facilities to get in. That's why the train takes off and shit like that. So it looks like just a fantastic coaster, and it's got some great theming bits into it. If it's half as fun as Hagrid's motorbike adventure, it's gonna be a fucking amazing roller coaster. That still might be one of the best actual roller coasters I've been on, and it still had like Disney level theming on the ride. And it actually on that one, it's fun. There is a little bit of for those who read the books, it's got some stuff in it that was never actually put in the movies.
Only in the books.
Yeah, that was in the books, and you're like, oh.
That's pretty cool.
They did a really good job because you're like, oh, that looks exactly like it was in my head in the books. Oh shit, well done.
Nice.
We also are going to start pulling, hey, check this out from the community. So if you are watching and joining us in Discord, drop something in the subs chat. One of us may pull it out and let everyone know that they should check it out. So the one that I pulled was from friend of the show, Dion. He sent me a video from TikTok. So it's this girl in her car. The voiceover is by a guy, but he's basically like, oh man, I just got my COVID shot. Feeling alright. Looks up and then he's got like the black eyes. Like a demon from Supernatural. And he's like, oh, well that's probably not. Why is there a black 67 Chevy Impala pulling? Fuck! So it's just,
okay, that's funny.
it's really funny.
Good to watch
I
that.
enjoyed. So next week for Clowder Club, we are going to be watching the Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episodes 1 through 4. So if you want to check those out, you can follow along with us next week. Again, if you follow us on Patreon, you can get into our Discord, and then you can talk along with us. And Weird Demo, if he joins us again. And then Sony's State of Play is also coming up, so we'll be talking about that next week on Gamers Corner as well. Until next time, I'm gonna go outro right now.
Bye.